the game literally just crashed? So much for a calm and subtle way of opening stream. I am opening stream moderately pouty, I guess, but we do in fact need this amount of energy as soon as character creation will let me create a character. But today we're playing the first pirates on this account. None of these characters are pirates. We have placeholder, archer, mage, mage, warrior, 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 mage. A lot of mages and warriors, but the secret to pirates in this game is that there are no pirates. Nothing about this character says pirate. So, in great MapleStory tradition, I might even say, if your class, if you are a developer developing a new character and your class is not a mage, it is not a warrior, it is not a thief, and it's not a archer, then it is by law a pirate. No matter how ridiculous, no matter how outlandish, if it is not of the first four, it is automatically a pirate. And that's just how this works. So, I don't want to delve too hard into the pirate joke here, because Ark is such a cool class, but I will revisit the pirate joke later, because there are more pirates that I need to make on this account, because pirates tend to have strength and dex, and I need both of those things. And I did actually think of a name. I did actually think of a name at work, and I'm not sure if it fits. I'm pretty sure it does. Now, am I spelling it right? Is the real question. Let me just quickly pull up dictionary. Ravenous, extremely hungry, famished or voracious. Yes, I am spelling this correctly. This is the first character that doesn't have a what after it. Here we go.
War for the sake of war. But now, we must rise together as one for a greater purpose. Join me. Dedicate your lives to the glory of our race. It is time for the noble High Flora to lead Grandis into a new age.
I thought I was fighting for something greater than myself. For peace. Fate had other plans for me. I did all I could, but it wasn't enough. Maybe it was always meant to end this way. Maybe it was just me. Is this how it ends? Ark!
What's wrong with my arm? The wounds on my arm look pretty fresh. You think I'm a monster? There it is. I don't know who I am either. Okay. So with that little detail, I can vaguely talk about the background of Ark. So with that intro, it discussed that Ark is of the High Flora race, which is, if you remember from Ilium's video, Ilium is of the Verdant Flora race, which were, like, if I'm not mistaken, I think they were, like, originally the same race, but one half split off into, like, technology, as the other half, like, greatly refined the pure essence of their magic, because if you remember the Verdant Flora's Crystal Academy for magic students, Flora are known for having magic. They just innately have magic. But as you saw with Ilium, the Verdant Flora are not as magically capable all the time. And I think that might just be an evolutionary trait, as, like, they specifically stated that they regained their ability to use magic through technology, which is why the verdant flora all have those mechanical structures on their backs. Like even Agate, the headmistress, had that mechanical structure on her back as like a conduit for her magic. The high flora, however, do not have this. The high flora are more pure in magical essence, and they pride themselves on this. And Ark was a high floran soldier, and I probably will continue to say he for Ark, despite the fact that I picked a female character because Ark is like canonically male in the story, so I'll just do that even though I make female characters. So yeah, Ark is going to be another exciting 30 levels of story before the grinding starts. All I can remember is one big nightmare and someone calling me Ark. I think it's my name. I smile too much to be evil. The debate is clearly not in my favor. Maybe I should go with the original plan to work the rope loose, make a break for it. Oh. Violence. That's a language I speak. You're not an enemy, so we've got no problem with you staying. Maybe traveling with them wouldn't be such a bad idea. Once I get more information and figure out who I am, I can move on. If I send the others and go after the kid myself, they'll all make it. I'll get the Mar. Where will I find him? Let's see, do I have access to my stats? Not entirely. I may have lost my memories, but I clearly have the hands of a warrior. I must be trained for combat. Here we go. Yeah, I can put attack way up on F12. So in case I need to like open a box or something, it's hotkeyed, but I'll never press it on accident. Put Ominous Nightmare on control and basic charge drive on shift. Mystic Leap and spell bullets I'll turn to auto. And this will give me 11 attack immediately if I'm putting a pointing to it. And I do not have access to Spectre Control. But I do have Fruits of the Labor. And look at this, there's even a scroll wheel. I have Keen Edge, Elementalism, Wild Rage, Rune Persistence, Combo Blessing, Elven Blessing, and Tides of Battle. And now we have Ark's Link skill, Solace. Lose oneself in battle with an intense combat-focused will. If combat state is maintained for a certain period of time, the damage increases. The longer Ark spends in combat, the more damage percent he gains passively. Up to, what I'm going to say, is 11% damage. Just because I'm getting this character to level 140 and that's how much I'll be able to pump out. However, this Link skill does go up to level 210, as do a surprising amount of Link skills, but since I'll only be getting it to level 2, I won't be talking about the level 3 effects for most of these. So yeah, this will stack up to 11% damage, just as Ilium's Tides of Battle will stack up to 12% damage. So, I'm gonna start by saying that Ark is very mechanically intensive and very hard to play. So I don't know if Ark mains out here use manual spell bullets, but I have never used manual spell bullets because it is just a lot to think about. I won't really be able to tell you much about spell bullets until I get second job, whereupon I get a skill called Flame Charge Drive. Until then, I'll just say spell bullets does extra damage when I deal damage, and I'll leave it at that. And now, you gotta see how much damage this character does in combat, because I can't make this up. Right here. I'll be back. 400 damage. 400 damage. 500. 600.
The more enemies I destroyed, the more darkness consumed me. It hadn't always been a part of me. It was such a strange feeling. It was taking full control of my body. It was terrifying. Yet, I couldn't resist such intoxicating power. I was torn between a desire to protect the innocent and a thirst for carnage. As the two warred within me, all I could do was cry out.
And a thirst for carnage. I can't remember anything after I lost consciousness. Mara is safe. What was all the chaos? We're travelers seeking paradise. Start searching. We had a marvelous ship. Had to make an emergency landing. Next thing we knew, we were stuck here and our ship was nowhere to be found. Stay here at the refuge and help you. Like he said, survival first. See, I love this face, this precious face. Helping you find a way out of here benefits all of us. See, I was doing 600 per line with a skill that says 71% damage. Now just imagine if I had gotten... Yes, imagine dragons. Imagine if I had gotten more of these stacking, these combat buffs. And look at those hitboxes. Godly hitboxes this character has. And an up jump. Right from the get-go. So, you don't have to question where your god is, because he's right here. So, if you remember when I was talking about extra damage on damage, if you see these little fireballs that shoot out in seemingly random directions after I attack, those are the spell bullets I talked about. And I won't really be able to give them much more than just, hey look, that's what it is, because they're hard to explain. But I have this mysterious buff all of a sudden. Where did it come from? It came from spell bullets, and it is for using basic charge drive with auto spell bullets. When using basic charge drive, it will charge a spell bullet, and because I have auto spell bullets, it will auto fire after I have gained it. And when it hits something, it gives me what is called basic buff, which currently gives me plus 10 speed, plus 31% knockback resistance. So it gives me speed and power stance. But I want to max Mystic Leap first because I like speed and my damage is enough. And I'll probably max Mystic Arts next. Also, is there storage in this town? I bet it's that. Yeah, there it is. So there's a lot to pull out here. EXP, EXP, and some familiars. And then 6 million. Cash shop. Here to help the reconstruction efforts. What can I do? Huh. A monster dares to survive me? Or was that just the magic bullets that came off my actual attack? Gosh. Arc just does an insane amount of damage. It's one of the highest damage dealing classes in the game. And like, Arc doesn't even come with like a shortage of utility because basic charge drive is actually a party buff. And Arc gets several charge drive buffs. I believe one at every job advance. And they are party buffs. Food acquired. Need crumbled rock. And also, if I apply 25 strength and max mystic arts. And my favorite part about early game Arc, the first time I played this character, constantly thinking about that first cutscene of the more things I kill, the more my desire for carnage grew. An unstoppable urge. Isn't that Mar? I wish for shiny rock. Sure, kid. I can break loose some shiny rock for you. Now I wonder where this map is. Verdel Grandis. Vulpes is technically Grandis? Huh. I didn't know that. Sanctuary. This is Ilium's home. It's hidden inside of Savage Terminal. Learning some cool stuff. This is Mara's secret stash. looks strangely familiar.
Now they're sending rookies like us into the field. They must really be hurting on the front lines. I guess you can't be picky about troops when you lose. But I'm not going to complain. It got us to an elite base that much faster.
Yeah, we're finally taking a big step forward. Now we'll make a difference.
Soldiers, forever sworn to bring peace to Brandis.
We're ready. Let's get moving.
Yes, Brigadier General, sir.
See you at the base.
Brigadier General who?
You're good soldiers. I'm sure you'll be fine. For victory! Glory to the Flora!
Brigadier General Limbo. He's done
Limbo.
so good. That could be me one day.
Sucking up to the boss already.
What? I'm serious. Don't you want to be that great too?
One step at a time. We're going to be late. Let's go.
Out there.
So many memories of my life as a soldier. And someone who fought alongside me. The man who attacked me. We were friends. Before, we were wearing the same uniform. We must have fought on the same side, so why would he attack me? So Ark has recalled that that crystal that Mara seems to like might be a spaceship of sorts. I believe Ark would be the character with the highest damage output that I've made so far. Because while Kana is certainly strong, I said that her only weakness is that she's not at the very top tier of damage. Ark, however, is like gotta be top 3. Who's at top other than Ark? Adele for sure, which is the one that I want to main. I don't remember where 0 ranks. You'll find a lot of warriors at the top. How much money would it take to get you to main a mage? I don't think you could pay me enough. Not to say that it's unbearable, but like, to main something is to live it. And like a livable wage, as in like paying rent, that's a lot of money. And even then, like, would I be happy maining a mage? I'd be more happy than working my current warehouse job, but like, it would kind of suck falling short of like, just falling short of like how good things could be, you know? That's how I'd feel. So I'd prefer to just say I don't think enough money could be spent to make me main a mage. And if I did main a mage, I would probably main Luminous. Probably. Just because Luminous is easy. And Luminous is pretty cool too. I want to main Adele. And if I didn't get to main Adele, I would hope to main Mercedes, my old main that I know so very well. There'd be a few other characters I'd be willing to pick for a main. Like, surprisingly, I'd be pretty cool with Shade. Kind of a random pick. You would main your old main again? Like, if I was not allowed to pick Adele, I'd probably just go to Mercedes, because Mercedes is so cool. I love Mercedes. There's something nagging at the back of my mind, but I can't put my finger on what it is. I love how this kid just trips like everywhere he goes. Stick to the plan. Gotta find the crystals and bring them back to what we do believe is a spaceship. And hope that the crystals power the spaceship, because they sure look like they fit. A solid plan. It must be the Gale Foxes causing the sandstorm. So you want me to take them out? That's a good idea. Hunt about 50 Gale Foxes. Well, if these warrior hands are good for one thing, it should be killing. Keep reaching them through the bottoms of platforms. Kill. 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 Tired. I love that that can just happen randomly playing Ark. When using Ominous Nightmare, there's a chance to transform into Spectre state. Skills changed and enhanced, attack power plus 40, knockback resist 100%. And if I'm not mistaken, it cannot and will not happen simply using basic charge drive. It will only happen when using Ominous Nightmare. You want me to keep killing? Also, a little fun fact about Spectre State is that it has a double flash jump. So while I can only use one flash jump in Flora form, when I transform into the Dark Spectre State, I get 2 flash jumps, and this is important only for cool movement. And I do love cool movement. Signals coming from directly below us. How far below us? Very far below us. But we found it. You got it while falling? Impressive. Something familiar about these creatures. And you want me to just slaughter them? Oh, I said move them from our way. You were the one that said slaughter. Is this music in-game music? It is. The exit's straight above us. We need to find Salvo first. Sand monsters are blocking our way. The sand armor. What do you mean, sand armor? Sand doesn't just get up and walk and decide to wear armor. Why are you walking? Why are you wearing armor? Die. And this is the double flash jump I talked about. And it's important because I can up jump and flash jump to make sure that no one escapes and no one survives. That just happened? I was able to second job advance during the story? My arm is where the Spectre manifests the strongest, like it has a mind of its own. If the Spectre's strength grows with mine, will I eventually turn into a monster too? Or am I already a monster? There we go, I can max everything. Here we go. I need Scarlet Charge Drive, Unstoppable Impulse, and probably Impending Death. This is a toggle skill, so I'll just put this over here. Scarlet Charge Drive here, Unstoppable Impulse over here. How many characters could you rep out in a week if you weren't working? I'm gonna say 7, just because I think that's a reasonable number. I think that's a number I could do, because one of the biggest problems with work is that I work 8 hours a day. There's a 40-minute commute to get to work, and the 40 minutes back. So that's plus the 40 minutes of lunch break, so we'll round that out to about 10 hours. That's 10 hours where I need to be in an important place that is not home, and I sleep for 8 hours, so that's 18 hours a day that I cannot be playing this game. And I'd say give me about 1 hour for eating food. So that's 19 hours a day that I cannot be playing MapleStory, so I get like a max of 5 hours. Now, I don't usually play for 5 hours on a work day because I have a few other things that I need to do in a day. Like, if I got in the car and started, if I got in the car to go to work, immediately upon the minute of waking up, I would be sick. Like, physically sick. Not just not like emotionally sick. I'd be physically sick because, like, my body is not happy when I get up and I need to just, like, sit in a chair and just literally just for like the first hour of my day every day. It's how it has to be. It's like that's another hour wasted, so I get like 4 hours a day to play. But when I have a day off from work, oh my gosh, I get just so many more hours in a day. Like it's like 10 to 11 hours gained in a day, and with that much time on my hands, like you give me 10 to 11 hours, I can easily rep out a single Link Legion character to level 140. Multiply that 7 days a week, easily 7 days. However, with video editing, I don't know how many I could rep out while also making videos for each character, because I do have to keep making videos for each character. And as we saw with Ilium, that video came out way ahead of schedule. Ilium video came out like 5 days ahead of schedule. So I bet, I'm gonna say within reason, I could probably rep out 2 to 3 new Link Legion characters per week as of right now with my video editing skills. So that'd be making like 2 to 3 videos per week if I didn't have a job. So now that I'm second job as ARC during what I thought was not going to give me second job, I now have Scarlet Charge Drive. So remember when I said that spell bullets is just extra damage on my damage? Because when I use basic charge drive, this little kick here, it throws off these little yellow spell bullets. When I use Scarlet Charge Drive, which has a slight cooldown of 3 seconds. I actually need to, hold on, change quick slots. I need this cooldown. I need these to be visible. So when I use Scarlet Charge Drive, you will see one of these little spell bullets, but it will be in red. Ready? Did you catch it? It was really fast. But this gave me Scarlet buff. So now next to basic buff, I have Scarlet buff, which says it gives me 11 attack power and 1% crit rate. It's time for another memory.
At all. They call this a war for peace? This is no war. It's a massacre.
Ark! What are you doing? Are you out of your mind?
Albert, I can't do this anymore. It's not right. It's not right at all.
Don't be so naive. Nothing this great comes without sacrifice. And no one said it would be pretty. Now get it together. This is for the greater good.
My memory keeps getting clearer. And as it does, all my old feelings come rushing back. Everything I fought for was a lie. Was the cruelty ever going to end? Nothing I did seemed to make any difference. I had committed unforgivable acts in the name of peace.
Look at those dead eyes. That's an expression I have saved on my phone. It's reserved for very bad moods. Carrie did this full time, she'd be unstoppable. Oh my gosh. Level 275. I'd kill the Black Mage. No. I'd save the Black Mage. I would save him through honorable combat. That's probably my biggest dream in all of MapleStory. I've always wanted to fight the Black Mage. I never actually got there. If I don't get there soon, they're gonna make a boss bigger than the Black Mage. And then I'll just be table scraps. The Abyssal Source. Hard will is already more than a lot of people, I'm sure. Yeah, I never actually beat Hard will, personally. I beat Hard Lucid and got very, very close to beating Hard will. If I gave it like another week or two, I probably could have done it, but I was burnt out over the summer and I wanted to just like play other games. Barrett can take the power source of the refuge and get it started. We'll hold the specters off until it's ready. I'll be the bait and you defend. Otherwise known as, just put me on the front lines and I'll kill. Losing control again. The darkness will overtake me. I need to protect my friends.
This must be something. The specter power. Indeed it is. So don't worry. You can just take it from here. I'll never trust you. Do you want to see me? If so, you really don't have much of a choice. I'll use your power this time. In need of. Don't forget that I make the decisions.
I make the decisions. I decide when to fight. I decide when to use the power. I've obtained Master of Corruption. There we go. This goes on a key that I can reach quickly. Now then, let's put some points to Knuckle Mastery. And let's go killing. There. I charge the charge drives, and you kill. And back to to me as I make the decisions here. Charge. Kill. Like that, every time. Up, down. Your turn.
I'll save you.
Those wings.
My old friend. The one from my memories. He was much older and wearing a colonel's uniform.
I know. It's sad to see you like this. After you first betrayed us, I'd hoped saving you would change your mind.
Step aside, Ark. I'm not here for you. Don't side with these barbarians out of some misplaced sense of pity. You can still walk away from this.
What you believe in and fight for is nothing more than a massacre. I won't make the same mistake you have. I'd rather die for what I know is right. Right here, right now. This is where it ends.
Together, we'll put a stop to this.
I won't let you hurt anyone else. Even if that means I become a monster!
The most classic of all villainous tricks. Lose in the game, win in the cutscene.
Your grand ideals aren't going to save anyone. Ark, I don't understand. How could you turn on us like this? I thought we wanted the same things. Still, I promise to protect you no matter what. Even if I have to sacrifice everything to do it. I can't let you die. I'll stop the Spectre ritual.
What's happened to you?
Me? I'm not the one who's changed.
There's so much to unpack there.
I learned something. When you feel powerless, you lose sight of what really matters. The night I decided to leave, maybe I should have talked to you first, but I didn't know how to explain. If I had convinced you to join me, maybe our lives would have turned out differently. I feel so much regret for that. And no matter how hard I try to forgive myself, that pain is always there, haunting me. I'll protect you too. As you disappear into the sandstorm, I remember that one promise.
This place is so familiar. Welcome back to the Savage Terminal. Cue the music. No music in the hidden base. Don't worry, Savage Terminal always cues the music. There it is. This place would never miss a chance to cue the music here. So, now as I'm starting to get out of the story and more into the grinding section, I can do a little more to explain about what it is that a player must do to play this character, or at least what I do to play this character in the way that I do, because I can bet the Arc mains do it differently. I don't know how differently, but I struggle to play this character because it's hard. So, this little gagey thing has been here from the start. Arc eats the bodies of his enemies and drinks their blood. And that's my way of saying that I call this thing the blood gauge, and it fills up partially over time and mostly from killing enemies. I believe it is enemy monster death that makes the blood gauge rise the most. This last little mission, I believe, gives me a skill, a cool little buff skill. Grants me a random buff depending on who I call on the cell phone. There we go, contact caravan. So I can just press this buff and it will randomly call up one of these people on the little walkie-talkie cell phone thing and give me a random buff based on who comes up. Kind of cool, kind of interesting flavor, but I guess at this point I go to Elena Fair Academy if I can, assuming I know the way there. Is this light bulb going to tell me to go there? Oh, there's more to go to. The black market. Hey, there's those drug dealers I was talking about. The NPCs flavor these as shadow dealers. I just call them drug dealers, because I just assume that's what the game is like trying to say, but is not allowed to say. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but like, that's what I call them, because I think it sounds more realistic and more cool, honestly, because shadow dealers. Come on, it has the word dealers in it, and like, this is gang activity. A back alley fight. This place really is a dump. Kadena. Calling to Kadena for help. Where is Kadena? Shadow dealer code rule number 4. Never do anything for free if you can charge a fee. You helped me, so I should return the favor. You know, you look like the runt of the group. I bet somebody more alpha than you probably would have just slipped that one by and let someone do something for you for free. But sure, I'll take your kindness. Garen Darmore has awakened as the transcendent of life. That sounds awfully familiar. Not light, though. There's Kadena. Are you to attack one of my crew? There's been some kind of misunderstanding. So the save me and I'm trying to pay him back for it. You sure? I love Kadena. Seems like trouble to me. Sticks out like a sore thumb. Sure this Joker wasn't bothering you? How much story is there? I was expecting an active battlefield, but it's so peaceful. What's this? I'm losing power? And yeah, Kaiser's here. Pointy ears like the flora, but no magic wings. Must be related to the last group. That arm, though, it's definitely Spectre. And they were weakened by the barrier. Proof of Spectre. I used to be a soldier for the High Flora, but I've defected. I now fight against them. If anything happens, I'll fulfill my duty as a guardian. Be pretty cool to see a battle between Ark and Kaiser. I feel like if I constructed a battle between Ark and Kaiser, I feel like Kaiser would win. Just because Kaiser is one of the few characters in this game that can really survive a burst and then like dish out constant damage and just exhaust Ark. Literally just exhaust him. Because Kaiser never runs out of steam. Kaiser just keeps going. Does Kaiser get 100% uptime on his transformation? I don't think so. Goodbye and safe travels. Am I done? I'm dead. So, I have not gotten to talk about Ark's abilities like this whole time because there's just been like back-to-back quests. Because my gosh, there's a lot to explain with this character. So, basic charge drive is my kick. And upon using it, it generates spell bullets because it is a charge drive. Charge drives generate spell bullets, and when charge drive spell bullets are fired and contact an enemy, they grant a buff. Basic charge drive gives basic buff. It's called basic buff just because that's its name. Basic charge drive, basic buff. Scarlet charge drive grants a scarlet spell bullet that gives a
This one
scarlet
time at
buff.
skill camp.
Now, the only thing I use these for is the buffs. I kick this, I get a yellow buff. I punch this, I get a red buff. From there, all I care about is using the 1 minute buff timers to kill everything. And what's the best way to kill? Spectre form. I transform into Spectre form, I kill everything, and transform back. This blood gauge is what allows me to be in Spectre
This one
form.
time at
When I go into Spectre form, if I just like sit in Spectre form for a while, you'll see this blood gauge start to drain. It may drain slowly, but it does drain. You can kind of see it now, how it's falling. I can just keep using Spectre's attacks so long as I am in Spectre form. And my gosh, I just nuked that monster. But the gauge recharges slowly when I'm in Flora form, and it recharges faster when I'm killing things. So, killing things is something that I can do in Spectre state. And yes, you may notice that I purposely use the alliteration of Flora form and Spectre state just for fun. So, when I have my charge drive buffs, I have to go into Spectre state and then kill all the things I can and then transform back to maintain the blood gauge. And then just transform back, because transforming, it has like a soft cooldown of 3 seconds. But other than that, I can transform to and from Spectre state pretty freely. So the way that I play Arc is, if you've ever seen My Hero Academia, Deku learns to use his all-for-one power only in the area of his body that he needs to at the moment of impact, and then removes it. That's essentially the way that you play this character, or the way that I play this character. I should preface that that's how I do it. I attack only for the moment I need to, and then transform back. Arc gameplay. Arc is hard to play, and I only have a fraction of the kit. Every job advance is gonna get harder. Thankfully though, I don't have to explain anymore. That was the hard part, the explanation of this kit. Explaining that stuff. The rest of it just adds on to that. So, this character is really strong. So in a previous video, I think it was the Hayato video, I was like, haha, I wonder if I can one-shot this mole man. If Arc doesn't do it, I will be very surprised. Stack up the Ilium Link skill. And let's go for a one-shot. Two hits. Very close. So apparently you can get a badge if you just click on the light bulb quest, and there's some quest down here at the bottom that said something about pets, and you just hold spacebar on it and it just gives you a badge. And also, I'm just now realizing that I have not complained about potions a single time playing this character. Honestly, potions are just a thing of the past now that I have Aran Legion and Evan Legion. Sadly, Arc does end up needing potions later for whatever reason, because Arc ends up being one of the squishiest strength-based pirates, and I couldn't tell you why. Like, I remember trying to get my Arc to level 200 on my old account, and it was just a horrible experience trying to do it, because I just kept dying on accident, and it was really embarrassing. It's time to go see the Ice Witch herself. It is indeed fishing simulator time. It's time to go catch the Reina Whoppers. My ears are ready. Here we go. Fishing! Overcome! The Reina Whoppers have been caught. Catching a live Burger King Whopper out of the ocean on stream. Arc, you can't betray me. You didn't need potions 5 seconds ago. Right? That's how I felt. I had a housemate that was playing Arc at like level 180-ish, and she was complaining that she needed potions, and I was like, what do you mean you need potions on Ark? Ark has lifesteal built into his kit. Like, you should never need potions. And she's just like, squishy, keep dying in 2 shots. And I was like, I don't believe you. And then I made an Ark going up to 200, and I had the same problem, and I was so mad. But luckily that problem is solved after 200, as is the case with all classes. Because defense doesn't matter after level 200. Maybe Zakam will show you some mercy. Zakam's gonna need mercy from me with how many link skills I have at this point. Hey, I wonder who gave me the shiny thing. Mara gives bonus EXP. Gosh, I swear when I get to the Drakes, I'm gonna go ham. I'm gonna kill so many Drakes, and their silly googly eyes won't stop me. The monster's power is overwhelming, and it feels as though your heart might burst from the strain. The Abyss is a place? Ark has been to the Abyss and made it back alive. You would have become a specter, but you're you, and also me. Half specter. Eventually you will die, and if you die, I die, and that's not ideal. I wish to awaken your powers for my survival. The cost of seeing what lies in the abyss weighs heavy. So, here we go with the 3rd job skills. I know I want Gust Charge Drive, because that's another Charge Drive skill. And I want Vengeful Hate, and I want to turn that on auto mode. I would like Vivid Nightmare, because it's just the same as Ominous Nightmare, but with more damage. Almost triple damage, to be exact. Say goodbye to 90% damage 6 lines and say hello to 200% damage 6 times. I want to point into Creeping Terror. Okay, so Innate Arts Training increases the damage of Spectre skills, and Mystic Arts Training increases Flora skills, and Advanced Fusion raises it all. So I'll just max that since it's really easy. Final damage 10%, crit rate 20%. Nice. Where is this curb rock thing? I do not see it. Have you learned about your potential? Have you learned about your bonus stats? Oh. Well, that was easy. Pud. Best in slot. Golux who? One day I'll have to kill Golux, but that is very far off from now. For now, I need to kill some Drakes. Also, now I have Gust Charge Drive, and this one gives a blue magic bullet, and it pulls monsters in, and the Gust buff gives attack speed, if I recall correctly. Yeah, grants +1 attack speed. Let's call in Ferret. Skill cooldown decrease. Here we go. That's a nice excuse to say, let me commit murder. You're correct. That is absolutely what I want. And this monster really thinks it can just walk up here and stay alive. it can't. I'm going to slaughter the hungry robots again this stream. Probably not this stream, but at some point I likely will. I could actually do an alternate path specifically to not slaughter them. Oh, a totem? That is a gracious offer. From Do a Flip. That is a wonderful name. I'm very thankful for your sacrifice. I will use it well. You heard him do a flip? How do I do a flip with this character? Is that a flip? It's kind of a flip. I go up, I go down, I go forward, I can go slightly downward. I can devour everything. I can press my devour button. I can do a couple things, but I'm not sure if any of them are actually considered a flip. There's a big monster. Gosh, Scarlet Charge Drive does so much damage. Scarlet Charge Drive literally one-shots an entire side of these enemies. Thank you so much for holding the channel. Famous doer of many flips. So level 75 already. It might be within my interest to go to the Cloud Park, because Arc will do well there. Oh, these monsters think I can't one-shot them. Let me apply 65 strength. And max this. And max this. Cute. A Rune of Darkness. Get eviscerated. A disgusting enemy has appeared. Get devoured. This elite is offending my arcness. This elite mob is offending my arcness. What's the best event that's ever happened in your opinion? The best event that's ever happened in MapleStory's history, in my opinion, would be the Black Mage event in November of 2018. That has been my favorite event so far. Cause like, it was ambitious for them to even like come up with like a legitimate boss to fight for the Black Mage. Cause the Black Mage has been the antagonist of the entire game for like 14 years or something like that. And they're just like, so it's gonna be a real boss now. It's gonna have a health bar and you guys can fight it. And we're just like, that's game ending. That's literally the final boss of an MMO. You can't just pull that card. Your great antagonist of the world, of this game's universe. It has a health bar and you can fight it. And they had this whole update for the Black Mage, this whole event for it. They allowed people to go forth onto the new maps. And then at the end of it all, we unlocked the Black Mage, the event version. And this boss, to say that it had quadrillions of health probably wasn't even like the right number. It was probably like quintillions of health. There was a daily quest, fight the Black Mage, that everyone could do once per day. And I believe it was deal 5 million or something damage to the Black Mage. And it would just send you to the boss room where you would fight phase 1 of the Black Mage. And the damage you did stuck for the entire world. You get like 5 minutes a day to hit the Black Mage with everything you've got. This went on for like a month, going through like Black Mage phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. I'm telling you, like quintillions of health, fending off the whole world, 5 minutes at a time per person per day for like a whole month. It was monumental. And like seeing the YouTube video even to this day of the Gathering of Heroes event and just thinking like, I was there. I was there when the Black Mage event happened, and like I was there fighting him. I was there, and it just feels so special in my heart. The Black Mage was a force to be reckoned with for 14 years in the making. 14 years is a long time to dwell on a final boss. It's kind of terrifying to me to just like see the starter cutscenes for some characters where they fight the Black Mage, like Demon Slayer, and a lot of the heroes fight the Black Mage personally. And like, just with all the experience I had fighting the Black Mage just inside the event itself, all the arcane force that goes into it, the giant health bar, like the grand scale of the fight itself, it just makes me look back to those starter cutscenes and think, these people never stood a chance. Like, it's not even enough to say they didn't stand a chance. Like, they didn't stand a chance at making the Black Mage feel threatened enough to even begin phase 1 of his fight. That's how much the Black Mage, like, means. The Black Mage is literally a god among gods in this world. When even the literal gods fear him. That's how you know the power. Okay? Awesome. And Beast Tamer buffs? Oh, you're looking to make this go all the way, aren't you? It's the 275 by Tonight group. Purely by choice of I don't feel like wearing a hat. And look at that. It keeps getting better. Rune of Might. Level 140 Hatless, the new speedrun category. Level 100. 45 strength. Kaiser wants to... Here. Here we go again. Since we're friends. As if your soul has an impurity. Here we go. 4th job time. Let's see. I don't necessarily need Endless Nightmare. I would like Abyssal Charge Drive. Blissful Restraint is super cool though. Although most of the rest of these just look like... These look like passive buffs. Permanently increased final damage by 11% is pretty good though. But Blissful Restraint is just really puck. I definitely want Abyssal Charge Drive. Probably Endless Nightmare. And I'll get a Blissful Restraint just because it's so cool. So, I would like to equip some Star Force. So I'm just gonna hit a lot of these basic equips until I have... I'm gonna say the magic number was 28 to go to Ghost Pirates. Although I probably should go back to the desert map, or at least Rashes for now. Maybe doing Zaka Malone, always. I always do Zaka Malone. Where is it? Ghost Pirates, 26. I need 26. Here's my new charge drive move. It gives me the orange charge drive, and I believe it gives me boss damage. Boss damage and defense ignore. Bold of you to appear in my presence. combo is strong. Combo only gets bigger. Let's see. Am I still running EXP right now? Can I delay on the rune and Star Force up to 26 stars? Bonus points if I can find another MVP. This cannot be starred. This can be starred though. So I need 26 stars. Do I want to star my weapon? Okay, so I should star the weapon. It's just like a base level 100 knuckle. Can only get 8 stars out of it. See, I think stars is this number. 16. Yeah, it's that number. No, I have not killed any robots. I'll never forget the evil laughter and grin Carly the last time she slaughtered the hungry robots. Okay, while it is true that I did have an evil grin and laughter while slaughtering hungry robots, it was for a good cause. Sure, I just need like 3 stars. So let's hit this. And then Q to Zakam. Alright, so I still have like a minute and a half left of MVP. So I can use gold potion. Then this 2x card. You dare stun me? I'll stun you right back. I love that skill. 5% damage on that knuckle. Nice. So, let's go to Ghost Pirates. Oh, these are tanky. Oh, that's not good. I think these are a little high level for me. Yeah, they're 1 level too high for me. Transfer hammer? Check it out, my first transfer hammer ever. Yeah, this is not actually good EXP right now for me. It takes a little too much effort. Let me bail from this map and look for another one. Could kill some robots. Star Force, birds, and leafer might be better. Alright. Blood harps. Gosh, this skill is so cool. Unbridled chaos. Oh, it just tears across the screen. What about the Star Force pirates? We can go there now? I suppose I have gained a few levels. Let's try it. Also, I have 85 strength to assign. Oh, that reminds me of 78 skill points. Okay, let's max everything. Forgot that I have to actually apply skill points to do damage. Yeah, now I'm one-shotting the mobs. There we go. That was the problem. Okay, now I'm doing like 600k per line. one shot. I'm not too sure what to say about like if this character leveled up faster or slower than others because I had a lot of extra help with this one. Arc sure is fun though. Let me just hotkey some meso. So gonna be the 5 million in there. It's time to free market. Okay, and then sell everything. Nice! 69 mil. Yeah, these are untradeable sadly. I can put these blue familiars in here for a chance at giving my next character HP or MP regen. I can put these gold potions in there. And Grand Spell Essence. And Twisted Time. And then 68 million. Oh wait, I need to... Okay, so there's 2 more things I'd like to do. First, I need to go to the Hennessy's Potion Shop and buy a character slot expansion. You've increased your number of character slots. Okay, and then I gotta do an outro for the YouTube video, okay? Stay right here, but I need to do an outro for the YouTube video. Okay, so now we just move until the music stops. Because Kinesis is the only one that changes the music on us. So, now that we've finished Arc, we come back with Kinesis. Now, as I recall, Kinesis is a cool character, but looks aren't everything.